Autolite, America's best-selling spark plug.
Hi, I'm Jay Buckley from Autolite Spark Plugs. Welcome to the Autolite Spark Plug Import Installation Series. We're going to show you how to gap and install Autolite XP Iridium spark plugs in a 2005 Honda Civic. It only takes 9 easy steps.
The tools needed are a gap gauge, a ratchet, an extension, a spark plug socket, a flat screwdriver, and an 8mm socket. You'll also need a small amount of anti-seize and silicone dielectric grease. Let's get started. Start by removing the engine cover. It's fastened in place by 2 quarter-turn fasteners. Second, disconnect the ignition coil wiring harness connectors. Remove the ignition coils and set aside. Third, using a ratchet wrench, extension, and spark plug socket, remove the existing spark plugs. Fourth, let's check the recommended gap of the new spark plugs. Let's go to the Autolite website and look up the spark plugs. This is a very popular gap gauge, mainly due to its low cost. The problem with this gauge is that it is most often used incorrectly. With the exception of copper core spark plugs, all of today's plugs have precious metal electrodes. These can be easily damaged by placing an object between the electrodes and prying them open. The correct way to use this gauge is to use the small circle to grip the end of the side electrode. Then pry open the gap or tap the side wire to close the gap. You use the sliding scale to measure the plug gap. Another popular and more accurate gap gauge is this style. It has round wires to accurately measure the plug gaps. It also has a tool attached for opening and closing the gap. The spark plug gap on the Honda Civic is 39 to 43 thousandths of an inch. Step 5. Honda service instructions say to use a small amount of anti-seize on the spark plug threads before installation. Step 6. Using our socket and extension, thread the spark plugs into the cylinder. Step 7. Using our spark plug socket and a torque wrench, tighten each plug to 13 foot-pounds or 18 newton-meters. Step 8. Reinstall the ignition coils, placing a very small amount of silicone grease inside the boot. This is a good time to inspect the boots and replace any that are worn or oil-soaked. If you have a boot that's oil-soaked, the valve cover gasket must be replaced as well. Step 9. Let's reinstall the engine cover and put away our tools.
You can install Autolite XP Iridium spark plugs in any Honda vehicle. Autolite spark plugs are specifically designed to meet or exceed OE quality and performance. Autolite spark plugs will provide great starts, great fuel economy, and long life in your Honda.
Thank you for your time, and remember, you can access additional training videos at Autolite.com, and live technical support is available 7 days a week through our Autolite Answers phone line at 855-200-5200. That's 855-200-5200.